Hello there, my name is Laura from Amethyst Light Therapies, and today I'll be bringing you a pick a card reading where I'm asking you to select from 3 tarot decks and their corresponding crystals. I will place an image of that in a few moments. When you're choosing, I'd like you to just take a moment, take a deep breath, center yourself, and try and use your intuition rather than what crystal you might normally select. So the focus of this reading today is about bringing through healing messages. So I'm going to start off by bringing channeled messages through from the specific crystals that you have chosen, and then I'll follow on with some practical advice from the tarot. I'll see you soon. Hello, and welcome to those who chose the blue Apatite crystal. And also this one is with the Shadowscapes Tarot by Barbara Moore. Okay, so the first message I get is about standing up for yourself, being clear and also strong in your convictions. Likely you have been reached a turning point in your life in which you are now standing more strong in your purpose. You're getting a sense of much more of a spiritual calling than you have allowed yourself to be open to before. You have many gifts and talents that you have carried through from past lifetimes, and also have been passed on to you through generations. But there has been a bit of a disconnect because of family dynamics, and also the structure at home, perhaps the denial of gifts over lifetimes, and now it is time for them to reawaken. Blue Apatite says really listening to that call. It is one that opens you up to higher awareness and higher guidance, and being able to share that, communicate that clearly and effectively. Blue Apatite says that there is much more for you out there than you have expected for yourself, and you are asked to allow more support from the universe, spirit, your guides, your guardians, the angels, the divine, that want to support you in your life and your life's mission. So, Blue Apatite, this is one that you might like to meditate with over the coming days and weeks or months to support you in getting that strong sense of support from spirit. But perhaps maybe this is also talking to you about the fact that you have felt a little lost in regards to this. Even if you have been feeling like you've walked your path and purpose for a long time, any shake-up or upheaval might have left you questioning right now. Maybe you felt a little bit of disconnect, but it is all part of the process. And Blue Apatite can help you with this as well. It is a wonderful healing crystal, but today the message much more seems to be about spiritual awareness, connectedness, and also channeling information. Blue Apatite actually does help bring through channeled knowledge, so it's interesting that that is how it worked for this message. I'm now going to place this one down and bring through some practical advice for your situation, and though the Apatite still seems to be quite strongly overshadowing the message, which is lovely. You are forming quite strong bonds at this time. Perhaps you might have found your tribe, or you've found some key members, or you've started to feel a sense of support and community. and there's a sense of being able to be true to yourself that around others that you might not have felt growing up and throughout your life, and now it's actually quite wonderful. There's a lot of love, and I feel like you're being asked to accept the support from others because you are worthy of it. There's this sense of feeling less than, unworthiness, but that is false. Yes, Nine of Wands. So this is telling you that you are preparing for the end of the cycle, and the Wands is definitely about the spirituality, the passion, the drive, the creativity. This is also about who you are, your truth, or your personality even. It's like you're coming out and shining brighter than you have allowed yourself to shine before, but it might be a bit of a difficult process. So just be kind to yourself through that. The 9 is all about endings of cycles to make way for new beginnings, which is or coming to the end of that, preparing for the end of a cycle rather than being imminent right now. It's like you're almost there, so keep going. Maybe it's been a bit of a struggle for some time and you're just reaching the light at the end of the tunnel, but because it's been so long, you're almost at times feeling like you just want to crash and give up, but don't. Because wonderful balance and harmony is coming back in for you, and the Two of Cups really is about being in the flow, reciprocal giving and receiving, but and the Cups is all about emotion. This is a very positive card. It is a positive card in connections and relationships as well, so that is significant. Particularly when we talk about community, and it can be romantic love as well, finding strong soulmate connections as well. And you see how they're intertwined in this card. It's really much so that complementing each other whilst there might be differences. Everyone works in harmony with one another, and the differences just complement. Yes. Okay, so there is another message here about meeting someone or connecting with someone that helps you to get through this battle that you might have had, or reach that full turning point, full circle, because between the 9 of Wands and the 2 of Cups, after the 2 of Cups, you have the 10 of Wands. So you have a wonderful progression. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're meeting someone. It might be that someone helps you through, or it might be that once you get yourself back into a sense of balance and equilibrium, that the next stage presents itself to you as well. And you receive the World card, which is all about endings of cycles, making way for new beginnings. It can be travel as well, expanding your horizons. The World is really your oyster. It's about seeing much more potential than you have allowed for yourself in the past. So that is a lovely, lovely card to receive. 21 is a 3, which also is about creating. For me personally, I feel like it's all about really what you want to create and putting the energy, intention in to make things really blossom. And this is all about you though. This is about your blossoming, rather than being a particular job or a project. This is about your blossoming process. Excuse me, it's about your blossoming process. Yeah. And it's interesting because I really feel like even though this is water, it looks a bit like water, it echoes to me of the moon. And also it reminds me very much of emotion. And I feel like this is very much tethered to this whole reading, this sense of something that has at times plagued you, a feeling less than, a feeling like you're not quite seen and not quite heard, and the emotion that you have pushed down very deep in order to get through life. And likely you might have been releasing a lot at this time, but you are coming out of that. You're coming back to balance. So this releasing process, this is why the Two of Cups came out, because you have been through a lot of releasing and you will soon come to a sense of much more equilibrium. You've done the hard yards already because you had the Nine of Wands. So the Two of Cups coming back into balance. And then the Ten of Wands is like, okay, that I can completely let all that is not for me anymore. Let that part of my journey go. The one that that doesn't resonate with you anymore. That difficulty, issue, thing that you've been working on. And now I can move forward. And then you have the World. So this asks you, okay, what do you want to create for yourself? What do you see for your life? What is your calling? This is very much about your calling. And it is not the same as it is for anyone else. It doesn't have to be something like I am leading women's circles, or maybe it is, but you know what I mean? It is just something that really resonates deep in your soul. And it doesn't even necessarily need to be what you do for your career if that doesn't work for your life. But implementing something that really speaks to you in your life will give you a stronger sense of purpose. It will also help you embrace those parts of yourself that you have allowed to lay dormant for so long. And as you move through life, everything feels much more connected and whole because you are being true to you. And that's not to say we don't have our practical things that we have to do to make ends meet and survive in this world. But we need to have a sense of connectedness as we move through. It's so much easier. And we all, and I just saw 1111 on the camera, so that's like a confirmation personally, I feel, for this message. Yeah, we're all meant to support each other in the way in which we bring our uniqueness into this space. So I feel like I'm going to leave that with you now. And I look forward to seeing you hopefully again in the coming pick a card readings. And later on in a few weeks, I will upload another one of these crystal pick a card readings. Thank you. Hello and welcome to those who picked the Mookaite heart. And also this is the tarot by the Tarot of the Hidden Realm by Barbara Moore. So first I'm going to connect with the crystal and bring through some messages for you. That's the heater clicking. There is a feeling of needing to ground and also maintain your physical body. So looking after yourself, your health and your well-being. You have a lot on your plate right now, and you seem to always have a lot on your plate, and Mookaite is all about nourishing and strengthening your physicality. Well, this is what's coming through right now. You have also put a lot to the back burner. So particularly dealing with certain things that have happened in your life, you have compartmentalized quite a bit. And Mookaite tells you that you can only go that way so long. You can't keep going that way forever, basically. Things need to come back into balance and harmony, and you need to firmly reset some boundaries as well, because you're being taken advantage of. Mookaite is one that is very healing, particularly for the lower chakras. And the solar plexus seems to be a big one that is standing out to me today. There is a sense of needing to eat more healthfully, more to do with also your blood type as well. Eating foods that do not agree with you is not in your best interest. So there is a sense of knowing that there are certain foods that sometimes make you feel a bit icky, you know, or that don't quite agree with you, and you're being asked to really listen to your body, because your body is telling you what it needs and what it doesn't need. There is a strong sense of connectedness to your body, as in your body's wisdom, but at the moment you have been sort of just go and not listening. Your body is screaming out to you to take some time for yourself and treat it with kindness, because it is your vehicle for this life. And that's not to say there's anything outwardly, you know, a big issue, but we all need to take time and take care of our body. So this is your reminder not to forget to do that, particularly if you're supporting a lot of people, your family, people at work, or a lot of people are in your care, then that is even more important. I mean, it is always important, but you can't support others unless you to support yourself, because you only go so long until you run out of steam. And you might find that when you rest, that is when you crash. And you ideally don't want to get to that point. You want to allow yourself time to rest and enjoy the rest, and also then be able to get up and go, not feel like you're dragging yourself back up onto your feet. The tiredness is something that you don't always have to carry with you. If you're feeling tired all the time and waking up tired, you might need to reassess and think about why that might be. What am I eating during the evening, or what am I not having enough of, or what am I having too much of? Listen to your body, it will tell you. And so with that, I'm going to place this beautiful Mookaite down and bring through some more messages from the tarot. Whoop. Okay. So 3 flipped out. Okay, so you have reached quite a level of success in a situation, whether this be work or home, a sense of stability. There is an ending happening, and I feel this is a very positive, it's like a new beginning. It's like this new phase, which is much more aligned with you, a sense of strength and vitality. This is why the Mookaite is calling to you, because you need to maintain you in order to keep going, or keep the momentum as well. King of Pentacles also reiterates the fact that you support many people. I'm reading this as your energy and your practical advice, rather than being about anyone else. So as in another party in this reading. This is all about you. And so there is a strong sense of you being looked up to as either a forerunner, or a father figure, or a mother figure, or a support. You are very protective and nurturing, and likely you have not all of you have had that in your life, or from who you would have expected it to be from. And so you're very passionate about people feeling safe and secure and being looked after. And this message is coming through quite strong, and I'm getting a very strong confirmation that is right on point. So it is interesting, because I feel a lot of love. You love those that are in your care, whether it be your family or those that you support. You have a lot of love to give. You really go above and beyond. This is what I get the sense of. And intuition I feel like this card, so the Moon card can, some respects, sometimes talk about fears, but I'm getting a very strong sense that you have gone through quite a lot in your lifetime, a lot of life lessons. And so as you now impart these, or the wisdom of these onto to others, you are recognizing the power and the importance of all your life, of your whole life. The Moon is definitely a card of intuition. It can be the subconscious. And so if you're feeling tired as well, just think about your space. Have you protected your space? Have you do you create a sanctuary for your bedroom so that make it feel safe and uplifted so that you can get a good night's rest, not waking up 2 and 3 in the morning? And also, if you're worrying about everything and everyone, before you go to bed, you need to think about ways that you can let that out, put it on paper, or meditate or clear your mind, do some breath work, some grounding. The Mookaite can be quite grounding as well. Grounding so that you're not all up in your head. You'll get a better night's rest. Yes, because there is a lot of tasks to get done, right? You've got a lot to do. So, and the Magician says that you have all that you need. So if you are concerned at all that you won't get to where you're needing to go, or that all your plans won't come to fruition, I have to tell you that you don't have to worry. You have all that you need in place now. You have everything. You have a strong connection to spirit, and you have all the tools, you have a lot of experience, the wisdom, the knowledge. All you need to put it into practice. There is something quite significant occurring, or soon to occur, or to manifest through your hard work, though. I'm not saying it's just coming out of nowhere. You have actually put the intention and the work in, and if that doesn't resonate, then you soon will find what you are searching for in order to make change in your life. But the strong message here is about getting out of your head. And so if you're having a bit of confusion, or you're worried about the next steps forward, I encourage you to do some planning. Add some structure in place, good routine. The Four of Swords also talks about rest, meditation. Take some time out for you to clear and calm your mind. And just one more, I feel. Yes, and again, and so the structure and the practices is also talking about things that really resonate with you as well. Making time for enjoyment, because you are go, go, go. So rest, enjoy, listen to some music if you like. I love that the Four of Wands in this deck is everyone playing the flute. Or actually not everyone's playing the flute, someone's playing a violin, but I think you see where I'm going with this, which is lovely. Rest is key, looking after yourself. There's no point in putting so much on your plate if you don't have the energy in order to accomplish everything to the best of your ability, because you have such ability. You have all that you need, great skill and talent, but you need to look after yourself, because you can't function at full capacity if you're not covering all bases. Well, thank you for watching this reading, and I look forward to bringing through more of these in this format in the coming weeks. Thank you. Hello, and welcome back to those who picked the Angelite crystal and the Rider-Waite Tarot. So first I'm going to connect with the Angelite and bring through some messages. The messages seem to be about encouragement, love and support. You are being looked after, watched over. If you resonate with angels or work with angels, that might be why you were drawn to the Angelite. The angels have heard your prayers and you asking for assistance, and they are working with you. It is important to ask them for the support because they do observe free will, and so they won't intervene unless it is life or death. They won't normally intervene in your life because you do have that free will. And so, but know that when you ask for their assistance, they are there. So even if lately you have been feeling like you haven't been hearing them or feeling them or their presence in your life, or however you usually connect with angels, if you feeling like you've been a little bit lost or on your own, know that that is not so. It is just the nature of the environment at the moment. It is more of a collective energy than necessarily you being alone. A sense of community is something that we all seek, even though at times we feel that need to be in solitude. There is still always that need to be connected, whether that be connected to our angels, our guide spirit, or a sense of community support. That is different for everyone, how we really feel and how that resonates. But just know that you are being looked after. You have loved ones in spirit that also watch over you, ancestors that are really acting as guardians for you at this time, as you are so loved. And there has been a sense of feeling perhaps that you have not, or that you're not worthy of love, or that that even that you have been feeling that you have not been appreciated in some way, or that you just haven't been feeling that sense of connectedness for whatever reason, even connection to other people, perhaps because there's been a lot going on and maybe you haven't been able to share your experience, you haven't been able to put voice to that. But you have, if you have been speaking to the angels or your guides, know that they have been listening. They are the ears or shoulder that you can lean on for, and they are always listening. They're always there for you. I know that there is always a need to feel that support in the physical, as in with loved ones, but perhaps it's not that you're not supported, and not that you're not loved, and not that you're not nurtured, but that you haven't been able to put voice to your experience. Perhaps you can't quite put into words how you're feeling, and that is why you are feeling alone, because you haven't been able to share how you're feeling. And so though you feel like you have been unheard, perhaps the only way you can be is to actually voice, because some people are always in their own experience, and sometimes even if the most intuitive or supportive or aware person will at times not recognize when someone else is struggling. And some of you might have already come out of that energy, but if not, know that you are supported and seen. That is the feeling. And Angelite is a lovely one to work with, to connect with the angels, but it is also so calming. And perhaps if you're not knowing how you're feeling, maybe there's this sense of sadness, or some feeling that you can't quite grasp. Maybe you'd like to work with Angelite for a little bit. It might help nurture you to connect with that. You might like to pair it with another crystal, like a rose quartz as well, or a rhodonite, which would be quite a bit stronger than the rose quartz to connect with that feeling. The Angelite is gentle, so it might bring that balance that you need. Okay. And if you can journal as well, journaling helps as well. If you can't put voice to it, you might be able to write it. There is a tool that I've shared with a few people now that I really like. And you can do it through drawing, and I mean by drawing I mean literally scribbling, or through writing words, whatever comes to you, is feel into that. So if you feel it physically, or you feel there's an emotion but you can't quite bring it up or out, or you can't quite express the why or even express what it is, just feel it. And then imagine that it is being drawn out with your either writing or you're scribbling on a page or you're drawing on a page, and allow it to flow out as a way of releasing. It might bring you the awareness you need, or it might help you to just let it go. And if you resonate with being an empath or like very sensitive and feel like you take on board the energy of others, if it's not yours, then you can just let it go as well. Let it out. It might be a method that you might like to try. The intention of this reading was definitely about healing. Okay, so now some tarot. The Wheel of Fortune. So this talks about change. And this is likely why things have been feeling a bit chaotic inside as well. Because when there's change, endings, new beginnings, or things in motion and not at a standstill, sometimes we can feel a bit out of sorts as we're going through that process. But this also talks about literally change in the sense of ending out cycles to make way for new beginnings. Because it is a 10, and the Wheel of Fortune is a major arcana card, which so it is a significant change in your life. But I'm very drawn to the Anubis, or this Anubis is who I see in this card, which also talks about being protected, and there is a lot of wings, but particularly the angel up here, and the book talking to me about not just wisdom but communication as well. The sense here is that that you are learning some significant lessons in order for you to share that wisdom with others in whatever capacity that resonates for you. And so at this point, you're at that moment of making connections, and the aha moments bring releasement for you. But so too, sometimes it can be difficult because it's bringing up some things from the past. Know that if you are not feeling like you are coping, you can always reach out to someone, a counselor, a psychologist. Make sure you're taking those avenues as well if that is what you're needing. And know that professional support is out there if that is what you're needing. As well, because the message and what is going on will be different for whoever or everyone who's watching this. So just make sure you're taking the appropriate action to look after your needs. Okay. Yes. The 9 of Wands. So it's been a lot of hard work to get here as well. This talks about preparing for the end of cycles to make way for new beginnings. And the 9 is very much that energy of the warrior, wounded warrior that has been through the battles, been through the hard yards. So that message then is, to put a more positive slant on it, is that you have been through the hard yards now. You're just now closing out those cycles and bringing through the wisdom or the knowledge or the understandings that you're needing in order to step into a new phase. The hardest part is over. Though the processing seems difficult, you are safe and secure in the space that you are in now. So that is quite positive. Queen of Cups. So this reiterates the fact that perhaps you have kept a lid on some of these emotions, on some of these feelings, because you haven't felt you can express them, and also you haven't felt safe to, or you can't quite grasp what they are. So that is reiteration. But when I see her staring at the cup, it's like she is reflecting. And am I going to feel it, or am I going to let it sit there? It's kind of like I'm acknowledging it, but am I going to actually feel the process of releasing yet? Because will I be able to stop crying, or will I be able to stop, you know, the process? And will there be an end to that part of the process, kind of thing? That's what I'm getting a sense of. And know that you are actually preparing for the end of that cycle, the difficulty, the feeling of less than, or lack, or feeling left out in the cold, or feeling alone. That is what you are working through, because it's just very much a state of belief. I wanted to say state of mind, but I feel like it's more a belief system that is very much deeply ingrained within you, or has been, that you have been working through. Yes, and you're in this process of figuring out who you truly are now, not who you've been conditioned to be and who you believed yourself to be because, you know, family dynamics and the way you've been brought up. And not to say family is, you might have a lovely family. It's just the way people have grown up. And so then it sort of gets passed on, in a sense. An unlearning process needs to happen. We all need to go through that in various ways. And the 7 talks about you needing to go within. But this is more about finding yourself, or regaining your sense of self, or a strong sense of self and purpose. But it's more aligned with your truth. The 7, the Wands, is all about who you are as a person, your passions, your drive, your creativity. And this is where you're headed, right? I love that you got this card. The Queen of Wands, strong, independent, knows who she is, intuitive, sees quite clearly, strong in her power. Doesn't have to show everyone that she is powerful. She just needs to be, because she's very, very confident in who she is, or stable and content with who she is. This is where you're headed. If you haven't got there yet, this is where you're headed, or you're getting back to that state, because we go through, we go through ups and downs at times. And sometimes this can be because of a relationship ending, whatever relationship that might be, or key moments in your life, like rites of passage and that kind of thing. So just take each day as it comes, and don't forget to work with this beautiful Angelite. Maybe another reason you might be feeling called to Angelite, and only take this if it resonates, is that through the releasement process, if there's some unexpressed anger, for instance, and we keep bottling that kind of thing up, sometimes it can come out in unhelpful ways, or if we're not looking after our energy, and we're taking on a lot that isn't even ours, particularly those who are empathic and are still getting a sense of how to be strong and in control of their own energy and not take on everything from everyone. There sometimes can be moments of mood swings, for instance, or like a flip of a switch, and then you're angry, but it's not even you and it's not even yours, but you've just run away with the energy, that kind of thing. So if you're feeling like you're being more angry or touchy than usual, or irritated, and even if you're not, maybe you're feeling a bit low and down and sad, but particularly if you're feeling that anger, or you're picking up on a lot of collective anger, or someone in your family or your group is angry a lot, and you're having trouble maintaining your inner peace as you deal with them or as you interact with them, then maybe Angelite is for you too. Okay, I'm going to leave that with you now. Thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to bringing through more of these in the future. Thank you.